There's a task I'd been avoiding for almost 2 weeks. Nothing complicated, just something my brain had quietly decided was hard, and every time I thought about starting it, I found something else to do instead. I used to think the answer was forcing myself harder, gritting my teeth, powering through, refusing to give in to resistance. Turns out that approach barely worked at all. What actually got me moving was something almost the opposite of force. I used to try pure willpower. Sit down, tell myself to just start, push through the discomfort no matter what. Sometimes it worked for a day. Most days the resistance won before I even opened the laptop. I assumed I just needed more discipline, more motivation, a stronger reason why. So I tried building bigger reasons, higher stakes, stricter deadlines. It made me more anxious about the task, not more likely to actually do it. Here's what I didn't understand back then. Your brain doesn't avoid hard things because it's weak. It avoids them because, at some level, it's registering the task as effortful and uncertain, closer to a threat than a task. And when something registers as a threat, willpower is fighting a losing battle because you're trying to think your way past a reaction that isn't happening in the thinking part of your brain at all. Forcing yourself doesn't remove that threat signal. It just overrides it temporarily at a cost, which is exactly why it burns out so fast. The shift didn't happen when I found a stronger reason to push through. It happened when I stopped asking, how do I force myself to start? And started asking, how do I make starting feel less threatening in the first place? Almost every time I dreaded a task, the dread wasn't really about the task itself. It was about the size of it, the ambiguity of where to begin, or the fear of doing it wrong. Once I addressed that specific thing, the resistance dropped on its own. No force required. You don't have to overpower resistance. You mostly just have to shrink whatever is creating it. So here's what actually changed things, piece by piece. First, I made the starting point absurdly small. Not finish the task, just open the file or write one sentence. A brain that resists a big, vague task rarely resists a 2-minute one. And once started, momentum usually did the rest. Second, I removed ambiguity before I removed effort. A lot of what felt hard wasn't actually the task. It was not knowing exactly where to begin. I started spending 2 minutes just deciding the very first physical action before attempting to do anything else. That alone dissolved most of the resistance. Third, and this mattered most, I stopped waiting to feel ready. Feeling ready almost never came first. It showed up after the first small action, not before it. So I stopped treating I don't feel ready as a stop sign and started treating it as just background noise to start alongside. I still feel that pull to avoid hard things sometimes. That part hasn't disappeared, and I don't think it's supposed to. What changed is I no longer need a huge amount of willpower to start. I just need the task small enough and clear enough that starting doesn't feel like a threat anymore. If you keep avoiding something even though you know it matters, I don't think you lack discipline, and I don't think you need to force yourself harder. I think your brain is reacting to something that feels bigger or more uncertain than it needs to. Shrink it, clarify it, and start before you feel ready. Make the first step absurdly small. Remove the ambiguity before the effort. And don't wait to feel ready before you begin. If this resonated, share it with someone who keeps avoiding something they know they need to do. And if you want more of this, real talk, small changes, no guilt trips, make sure you're subscribed to Spark Storytellers so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you there.